So, Bannerman High School in Scotland decided, in its infinite wisdom and its virtue signalling left-wing progressive ideas, that it would have a coffee morning to raise money for charity. What charity? Chest binders for trans people. Now, it's saying that there's obviously a need for these chest binders and that, you know, they're going to help out the trans community. Here's the thing. They've not gone into the dangers of chest binders, okay? Like, for instance, the mental health, the physical health, and even so much as they can even break your ribs and stuff if improperly used. But moreover, there would probably have been 1,001 charities more needy than that. But it's all about virtue signaling. Now, to get a perspective on this, I thought I'd ask a trans friend about this. So they said, actually, this is just no more than liberal or left-wing virtue signaling, trying to make me look good kind of thing. But she said, what really fucks me off is that the medical advice that they're giving these kids is inappropriate at best and misleading and fucking dangerous for a lot of the time. The person said to me, they said that the actual operation is bloody dangerous, and then the ongoing medical and health effects that you have after, the ongoing health issues that you have are never explained, or at least for their understanding, because they're a counsellor for people who are thinking about going through it. And to be honest, what they do is turn most people that are going through a phase or a fad around and get them the counselling they need so they don't go through with the operation and they come out the other side of the difficult time that they're going through. Now, I understand that there's people who generally believe that they were placed in the wrong body and that they actually have the operation and after that they gain some sort of closure. But for most part, it doesn't work. Most part, they're addressing the wrong part, and most people are more suicidal after it than they were before it. But the person was also explaining to me that this isn't reversible, although they say that you could try on this for a while, and if it doesn't work, you can reverse it. But in the person's own words, you can't grow your fucking cock back, can you? In the same way that once you've had your tits sliced off, that's it. You'll never get them back to what they were before. They will always be false if you put them back. And the other thing, that when you've taken these tablets that changes a woman's voice down, so it's now bassy, like a man, you can stop taking them tablets as much as you like and try and reverse it, but your voice will always be bassier. Basically speaking, what they're trying to do is they're trying to look inclusive, they're trying to look woke, they're trying to look progressive, and all the time they're virtue signaling. What they're also trying to do is get right up the fucking nose of conservative, right-leaning, honest people who aren't going to be offended by this, right? It's going to piss them off because they're going to know the facts. That what these people are doing is not out of the kindness of their own heart, it's just our side against your side. And their side's so base, so degenerate, so fucking evil, that what it wants to do is ruin the future of kids' lives just for one-upmanship against us. And that's what it is. For them, it's a point-scoring thing. We got another kid to turn. How do you feel about that? We know you don't like it. Fuck you. And if you don't like it, you're a homophobe. You're a transphobe. No, it's not. You've meddled with that kid's mental health when you should have been helping them. Now, I agree. There are people who will come out as gay and they'll be happy for the rest of their life as gay. There'll be women and men that will decide they're also in the wrong body, because I mean, being gay or being a lesbian is indeed different to being trans. I understand all that, but I'm being basic here. There are kids at school at the moment that their head's fucked. Why? Well, because they've got liberal idiot teachers teaching them that they can be anything they want to, when the basic facts are this. 99.999% of human beings are either born a man or a woman. That's it. Anything else is a dysphoria or a mental condition or whatever it is, okay? I'd like to be rich, but the facts are I'm not, okay? I'd like to be rich because I'd like to share the money around with people that I love and make their lives better, all right? Now, I'd probably like to be a lot, I don't know, healthier, fitter, skinnier than I am, although apparently women don't like fucking skinny blokes, whatever. But the facts remain that I am what I am, and I have to come to terms with that. In the same way that it would be easier for you to teach kids growing up who think they might be this, that and the other, the facts are this: you will get over it, you will get on with it, and this is probably just a fucking phase you're going through. And that's the realist. If in, I don't know, 10 years time, when you're 25 stroke 30, because that's nowadays the new 18, isn't it, and you still feel that you are trapped in the wrong body, okay, then maybe we'll talk. But as nowadays, apparently an 18-year-old is not grown up when it suits the left, and is a grown up when it suits the left. You can't have it like that. What we need to do is say the kids of today are fucking not as mature as they were 30, 40, 50 years ago, because they haven't got half of the responsibility, and etc, etc. So we will leave the bar for the operation at least 25, and at which time you hope the kids got over its issues, grown up, got on with life, and can look back at 25 at the kid it was when it was 18 or 16 or whatever it was, and go, fuck me, that was a biblical mistake I could have made there. Because I'm telling you now, of all the people that have had the operation, I would say that probably 30% at a maximum are happy with it. And that's at a maximum. Why is it the suicide rate for people before their trans operation is less than it is after? Why? Well, because they thought that that was going to fix all their problems, and it didn't, obviously. Because for most people, it's a mental problem that they need help with. They don't need, they don't need such drastic stuff like that. But there it is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And, oh, incidentally, for anybody who's interested, if you remember, I bought that, well, I got that ZZR 1400. And if you remember, for ages, I couldn't get the logbook. And then when I eventually got the logbook, I took it out and the fucking thing was overheating all the time. So it's gone back. And they give me my money back. So there you are. So we're going to pick the new one up tomorrow, and I'm not telling anybody what it is. And there you go. And before you all think I'm making loads of money, like anybody else, it's finance. No, I haven't got the money to go and buy it. So there you are. Right, I shall fuck off. Ah, that was another thing. Because this year didn't exactly go according to plan. It took longer to get my license, my motorbike license that I wanted, and then it took longer to get that bike. And when I did get the bike, it's fucked up. That's why I've got the bike coming, but I've got to go get it tomorrow, so that it's ready and waiting for next year, so that we can go and do the Battlefield tours. I'm going to try and get it done over a weekend, so say we would set off on Friday and get back for the Monday. It's open for anybody on here who wants to come, whether they've got a bike or they want to follow along in a car. You would have to make your own arrangements. I would tell you when it's happening, where we're meeting up and that, but obviously you'd have to sort yourself out. I don't want to get involved in money and stuff like that, because that ends in tears. And we're just going to go over and see some of the battlefield that are there in Normandy, and any war graves that we can. So if you've got great relatives that were lost tragically during the First World War, or the Second World War, whatever, and you want to go and see their war graves, then it will be somewhere over in Normandy. I haven't sorted it out yet, and I'm thinking sometime around May. But I also want to do the Scotland 500 miles. But I do believe that you've got to get that done before the midges come out, the mosquitoes, because apparently up there they're biblical. So I don't know when they come out. I need to find out the dates, but that as well will be open to whoever has a bike and wants to come along. I wanted to get this stuff done this year, but one thing and another has really made a bollocks. But I feel we're in a much better place, and if I plan ahead, it'll make things a lot easier. So that is the plan. So I'm just giving you a heads up that 2 trips are coming up. Now, if any of you know of a decent weekend when it's warm to go over to Normandy, and if any of you ever made the trip and any of you any good at planning and that kind of stuff, then I would suggest come into Discord and talk with me, Alan, Dave, because he'll be driving my van as a backup. We can all obviously discuss it, sort out details and times and all that kind of stuff. And if people know and have travelled around, say for instance France, on a motorbike and know of any laws that I need to be aware of and all the other stuff, then that would be useful too. And if anybody's done the Scotland 500 and has any inside information, also, if they fancy coming into Discord and telling me about it, that would be useful too. And then maybe this year coming, we can get some trips on. But I'm going to convert my camper van so that you can take motorbikes. They'll be secured in there. Obviously, they'll only ever be in there when I go up to one of these things. Otherwise, it'll be more or less a van after that. That way, I can get involved with a lot more stuff this year. The thing is, with a motorbike, you don't want to be travelling for long periods on a motorway because you flatten the tyres off. So the idea is, throw whatever bike you're going to ride in the back, drive to near where it is, park up, then get on the bike, and that way you won't flatten your tyres off and travelling miles and miles and miles on the bloody motorway. Not just that, it's dull. So there you go. Let me know what you think of the comments. I do get them read out to me during the day so that I can hear what you're saying. And fuck me, the comments yesterday, some of them are fucking laughed. They are, some of you lot are fucking real geniuses at your comments. Seriously. I'm honoured to have such sarcastic bastards. I love you dearly following me. Alright? Anyway, have a good one. It's Friday. You've made it this far. Congratulations. Not much further and a weekend is here. Yes. And I am actually looking forward to it, which is nice. So anyway, I'll see you in a bit.